This is not a timeline, it's a map. And if you're about to quit weed after years, perhaps decades of daily use, your schedule won't match mine. But the terrain will be identical. I know, because I mapped it. Day by day after 35 years of daily use. Here's what the swamp of acute withdrawal actually looks like from the inside. After 35 years of daily cannabis use, there's no gentle taper. The body, stripped of the operating system it's leaned on since the early 90s, doesn't go quietly. It goes to war. What follows is the front line, week by week. Day 1 was a liar. Time dragged like wet tar. I launched the project, wrote the first dispatch, and waited for the sky to fall. It didn't. The fog gauge read 0, a cruel illusion. The repair was already waiting in the wings. Day 4 hit like a freight train. The Repair Wave Nadir. Sleep fractured into 4-hour blocks, vivid REM storms. The whole body jangling like restless leg. Cognitive fog 8 out of 10. Emotional rubble 8 out of 10. The first real craving arrived. The old script said, "This is pain, stop it." The new script says, "Acknowledge it, log it, move on." This is the false baseline trap. Your brain convincing you the worst day is the permanent one. It isn't. If you remember one phrase from this video, make it that one. The false baseline trap. The worst day is not the new normal. It's just the worst day. Day 6 brought something quieter and honestly more dangerous. The banana skin. Not pain, flatness. A post-stress numbness so complete it felt like drowning in dry air. Pain forces you to act. Flatness invites you to just, give up. This was the first appearance of a hazard that would come back again and again in the months ahead. Then, day 7, the native engine roars. A somatic wave I hadn't felt in 34 years. Clammy hands, a racing heart, a jolt of feeling unmistakably alive. An hour later, a crash into tiredness. At night was band practice. I played the same as I always had. The engine was running, coughing, spluttering, but running. Week 1 is about surviving your own nervous system. Week 2 is where the tools show up. Second week, the building was still on fire, but we found the extinguisher. My brain wasn't just forgetting things, it couldn't prioritise them. Every worry felt terminal. We called it the contextualisation deficit. So we built external tools, the Notepad protocol, an external hard drive for a RAM that wasn't holding, and the shower state, the one reliable port where the filing system slips through while the manager's not watching. And around day 8, a banana and a square of dark chocolate, a daily taste test, came back online. Complex flavour for the first time in a week. On day 4, the world was grey static. By day 9, there was flavour again. The taste buds weren't healing, the brain's ability to process what they were sending was. Day 14 is the one I need to tell you about properly. Julie, my wife, was diagnosed with an esophageal tumour. Up to this point, the swamp had been about chemistry. This was about life. The scaffold could have shattered under the weight. Instead, it became a container. I logged the diagnosis, I scheduled the care, I published the dispatch. The scaffold didn't stop it from hurting. It held the frame so I could keep functioning through the pain. That's the moment this stopped being a personal experiment and became a necessity. If your life doesn't pause for your recovery, that's normal. The question was never whether it would be easy. It was whether the map would hold under real weight. And it did. Week 3, I got so pulled into chasing the project's social media metrics that the repair took a back seat for a while. Day 16 brought something we called incidental sobriety. I was so deep in the work I forgot the milestone entirely. The cessation stopped being the point. The work was... Day 20 brought the vocal bridge. I'd been hiding behind text and automated visuals. I recorded a video with my actual voice on it, and retention doubled overnight. The authenticity ceiling cracked. The algorithm didn't know what to do with a 58-year-old man logging his own neurochemistry out loud. Turns out the algorithm was never the audience. Around day 28, something shifted. The last 12 days had gone quiet. No acute symptoms, no dramatic breakthroughs. We called it the 4-week cognitive inflection point. Tasks that took real concentration a week earlier now felt procedural. Consolidation of competence. The system wasn't healed, it was functional. It had learned it didn't need confidence, it needed sequence. And here's the reframe that changed everything for me. I wasn't repairing a broken engine. Daily cannabis from age 22 meant my prefrontal cortex never finished building in the first place. This wasn't restoration, it was delayed construction. The swamp wasn't a punishment, it was a construction site. 3 things if you're standing where I was. 1. It's a terrain, not a timeline. Your swamp might last 20 days or 60. The schedule doesn't matter. The unified crash, the tool building, the crisis that redefines the project, that shape is universal. 2. When your mind is lying to you, consult your data. My emotional compass was unreliable and my cognitive compass was fogged the whole way through. The one thing that kept working was my body. The return of taste told me the repair was real before I could feel it anywhere else. 3. The scaffold isn't a crutch. It's what let me lift 35 years of weight while I could barely stand. I still had to walk, it just made sure I didn't have to carry the map at the same time. By day 30, the engine was running. Not smooth, not quiet, but running. Next up, the pink cloud, and what happens when false hope becomes the actual danger. That's next. Full project data is on the Substack. Link in bio. Don't forget to click subscribe to follow.